Hi, dear friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening show today. Well, what we are going to look at today in this particular show is the match in the IPL 2012, where a mighty Royal Challengers Bangalore batting failed, even though it boasted of the likes of Chris Gale, AB de Villiers, Jack Scalise, but it was a very good fine burst of bowling from El Balaji. As you know, El Balaji shifted allegiance to the other team, Kolkata Knight Riders. Initially, he was playing for Chennai Super Kings, but he had a good burst, and that's what really, uh, you know, uh, the uh, the Royal Challengers Bangalore with Chris Gale in their ranks, with the batting lineup they had, one would have probably thought 165 would have been easy meat for them, but it was not to be, and it was the victors were Kolkata Knight Riders, their maiden win in the IPL 2012 season. So congratulations to them. Now the other thing that I will be looking at is right now we are at break time in the match between Chennai Super Kings versus I think it's Delhi Daredevils. Let me look at it. Yeah, it's Chennai Super Kings versus Delhi Daredevils, and the Chennai Super Kings have winded up at 110 for 8 of their 20 overs. A very dismal effort. A lot of runouts, which I'll be talking about, and the bowling was absolutely superb. It was on the on the money. I mean, Markel bowled well. Everyone bowled well. I'll talk about that, and we also I'll take you down to the Bridgetown, Barbados, where right now it is lunchtime at Bridgetown in Barbados, with Australia 366 for 9. Ryan Harris registered his highest test match score. He's still there, not out on 60 with 7 fours. Nathan Lyon is giving him company, 16 not out, as they go to lunch at 366 for 9 at Bridgetown in Barbados. But, well, let's begin off with the match, the IPL 2012 match, which I was talking about. Today was it was the match number 10 between Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers. Royal Challengers Bangalore were the ones who actually won the toss, and they invited the Kolkata Knight Riders. And Kolkata Knight Riders, they went off to an electric start. In fact, probably one would have expected such a start when Chris Gale was there from Royal Challengers, but the spectators had their value for money today at the ground here where it was played. It was played in Bengaluru at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and the openers really gave them thorough entertainment. And the openers who gave them entertainment, one was Gautam Gambhir, smashing 64 runs of 39 deliveries, 9 fours and 1 6. Jack Scalise making 22 of 23 balls, 3 fours and 1 6, and making the attack really wilt under pressure. Zahir Khan was taken for runs. Vinay Kumar was the only economical bowler. I'll talk about that, but he was brought on late. Harshal Patel was handed over the new ball, and he was all over the place, and he was taken heavy toll off by Gautam Gambhir and Jack Scalise. And it continued. 60 runs were raised in just 6.2 overs, with both of them going aerial, and Gautam Gambhir was not even afraid to come down to the pace bowlers and loft them. Muthiah Muralidharan was hit for sixes, and Gautam Gambhir, in fact, the first to go was Jack Scalise, who was caught by ABD Villiers bowled Daniel Vettori for 22. He was the one who actually broke that stand of 60, which came in just 6 overs. But after that, there was no respite for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, as the other person who was promoted in the batting order was the youngster Manvinder Bisla, whom not many have heard about him, but he's a very talented youngster. And he showed us why today. He came in and he meant business right from the word go, started thrashing the ball into all parts of the field, took on from where Jack Scalise left and started, hitting the boundary ropes. He scored a very quick 46. In fact, he lofted sixes of the bowling of Muthiah Muralidharan, Daniel Vettori, and he just went aerial. And as I said, Harshal Patel was really suffering under them, and Manvinder Bisla contributed a very quick 46 of 29 balls with 2 fours and 3 sixes. He did his job, and he went out. He was the second wicket to go with the score on 125. And at that time, Gautam Gambhir was also, as I said, totally dominating the bowling, coming down the wicket, a shimmy down the track. He did everything, and he got 64. In fact, he scored the fastest 50 in IPL 2012 of just 28 deliveries. and it was a really spanking knock from Manvinder Bisla. Gautam Gambhir contributed a very quick 64 of 39 deliveries, 9 fours and 1 6. But this was the time 125 for 2 when Manvinder Bisla went. After that, things went haywire for the Kolkata Knight Riders. As nobody, I mean, after looking at the score of 125 for 2, and if you look at the final score, it's 165 for 8, nobody would have really believed it, but it was so, because Yusuf Pathan was out for 1, Manoj Tiwari was gone for 2, Ryan Tandoshat made only 3, Shakib Al Hasan out for 4, Lakshmi Shukla was out for 5, and Brett Lee was the only one who was not out on 8, but only single digits after that, and that was what Kolkata Knight Riders were restricted to a score of 165 for 8, and I thought Royal Challengers Bangalore would have been very, very happy that they did such a job to Kolkata Knight Riders. But with boasting Chris Gale, who was back here after an injury, and in fact, Cheteshwar Pujara started off in a really aggressive mode by actually hitting a 6 of the bowling of Brett Lee, actually carved him over the slips for a 6. But Chris Gale was unusually restrained. In fact, he got 2 of 8 balls, and he was dismissed by Jack Scalise. He was caught by Lakshmi Shukla when he went for a pull. Cheteshwar Pujara was dismissed by... just before that, let me talk to you. One thing I would like to tell about the Kolkata Knight Riders innings, where the Royal Challengers bowlers, it was Vinay Kumar who was absolutely on the money, bowled at the right areas, 4 overs, costing him only 18 runs. It was a very good piece of bowling from him amongst all the hitting that was going on. And as far as I was talking about Royal Challengers, well, Royal Challengers, this mighty batting lineup really crumbled. First, it was Jack Scalise who gave them the breakthrough, dismissing both the openers. After that, Virat Kohli and AB de Villiers was there, but Lakshmipati Balaji came in and had a 4-wicket burst. In fact, the ball that he bowled to dismiss AB de Villiers was a beauty. The ball kept on straight, kept on straight, and he clean bowled AB de Villiers for 10 of 10 balls with 1-4. Virat Kohli made only 6. He was caught by Manoj Tiwari of the bowling of Balaji for 6 of 14 balls with 1-4. And a slower delivery claimed the wicket of Daniel Vettori, was bowled for 20 of 12 balls. Mayank Agarwal made fair all the victims of Balaji. And after that, Saurabh Tiwari made 18. And there was nothing, nobody could do anything. Vinay Kumar tried his best, making 25, 26 balls. In the end, the run rate was just over 13 runs. It was too difficult. And in fact, even though Royal Challengers would have viewed the fact that they couldn't get onto a big score, they managed to bowl out the Royal Challengers Bangalore. In fact, they restricted them to 123 for 9. And this was a very great victory for the Kolkata Knight Riders, their first victory ever in the IPL 2012, beating Royal Challengers Bangalore, the much fancied team, by 42 runs. What a match it was. The bowling figures makes happy reading. Brett Lee, none for 21. Kallis, 2 overs, 2 for 7. Top of the order. Balaji, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 18. Rajat Bhatia, 1 for the... But I'm not going to talk about that. Let me see. Balaji was actually given the man of the match for his very, very superb bowling there. Well, right now, initially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you down to the current match which is happening in the IPL 2012. This is happening between Delhi Daredevils and Chennai Super Kings. As I said, Chennai Super Kings, in their effort, they made only 110 for 8. But here, Delhi Daredevils are off to a very, very good start here. In fact, Naman Oja, even though Virendra Sehwag has not faced a single ball, but 3 fours consecutive. The first 3 balls have been spanked for 4s by Naman Oja. He's a very aggressive batsman. In fact, in the first ball, he actually put it past fine leg for 4. The next delivery, it was again glanced away to the fine leg fence. And the next one, as he had 3 in 3, as Oja, actually, it was a uppy shot, but again, he got 4 runs. So 3 fours were hit. And at the current moment, it is Delhi Daredevils who are 12 for no loss after the 1 over bowled by, I thought it was Morkel who bowled that over. Yes, it was Albi Morkel who bowled that over. So 12 runs coming up the over. So very good start here for Delhi Daredevils, chasing Chennai Super Kings' paltry score of 110 for 8. Okay, I will go to that. Yeah, what I can do is I will first talk about the Chennai Super Kings innings. Chennai Super Kings making 110 for 8. I'm trying to see whether I can actually get off to the Chennai Super Kings innings and give you the score. Basically, there were a lot of runouts here as far as the Chennai Super Kings were concerned. 110 for 8, the highest scorer. Well, you can just pick only one person, and that was Dwayne Bravo, who made 22 of 31 balls with 1 4. That tells you the story there. In fact, they didn't. There were a lot of runouts. Murli Vijay was run out for naught. Subramaniam Badrinath was run out for 15 for 16 balls with 1-4 and 1-6. There was another run out too, and that was Suresh Raina, the main batsman, run out for 17 of 16 balls with 2 sixes. Murli Vijay was run out for a duck. So you know how many runouts? 1, 2. There were 3 runouts. In fact, 1, 2, 3. There were 4 runouts in Chennai Super Kings innings. Other than that, Jadeja made only 13 of 17 balls. Dhoni could contribute only 11, and Albie Merkel was not out on 2. Faf du Plessis made 15 at the top of the order of 12 balls with 3 fours. Bowling figures, if you look at Irfan Pathan 1 for 25, Umesh Yadav 1 for 24, Mon Markel bowled well 2 for 19, Rilov Vanderboom none for 15, Shahbaz Nadeem 3 overs no maiden, none for 9. Virendra Sehwag has just hit a boundary. So after Naman Oja cracked 3 boundaries, it's all raining boundaries here at the Firozshah Kotla in Delhi. The Delhi Daredevils are off to a good start, as Dougie Bollinger also got the same treatment that was given by Naman Oja to Albie Merkel in the first over. The second over, first ball, Virendra Sehwag actually cracked it for 4. Currently they are 16 for no loss after 8 balls, as replying to 110 for 8. So it looks, and let me tell you, looking at it, Delhi Daredevils are looking very strong. The reason being they have Kevin Peterson and Mahela Jayawardene back, so that is really going to strengthen them. And I really fancy the Delhi Daredevils will definitely put it across Chennai Super Kings today. The scoring has not been good from Chennai Super Kings. There's that 4 runouts coming into that equation. I will talk about that later. Right now I'm going to leave it for now and go to the lunchtime situation here at the Bridgetown in Barbados. We are into the day 4 here, and Australia are 366 for 9 in reply. In fact, they trail by another 83 runs. So today the new ball was taken in the morning, and the new ball definitely had its reward, as Michael Hussey was dismissed for 48 with 6 fours by Kemar Roach, was caught by Colton Bogg. In fact, Peter Siddle came in and he was dismissed by Fiddle Edwards. Scott Kirk Edwards bowled Fiddle Edwards for naught. Matthew Wade contributed some runs there. He made 28 of 97 balls with 3 fours. He was also a victim of Fiddle Edwards, caught very well in the slips by Darren Bravo. But Ryan Harris, in fact, the tail has really wagged, the lower tail, and still wagging, I would say. 366 for 9, thanks to Ryan Harris getting his highest test match score. In fact, his maiden 50 there. He is not out on 60 with 7 fours at lunch, and he has played some very good strokes. He has played strokes all around the wicket. He flicked well, he drove them well, he cover drove them well. He also had a good defense. So Ryan Harris is looking very good. He's batting on 60, and he is the one who has really helped Australia to 366 for 9 currently. Another 83 runs separate them. Ben Hilfenhaus contributed. In fact, at 285 for 8, probably one would have expected West Indies to really wrap this up, but they couldn't. There was another 45 run stand between Ben Hilfenhaus and Ryan Harris. Ben Hilfenhaus was bowled by Kemar Roach for 24, a very aggressive 24 of 29 balls with 5 fours. Currently, the picture over here in Bridgetown, Barbados at lunchtime is Ryan Harris is batting on 60 with 7 fours. Nathan Lyon was looking confident, not out on 16 with 2 fours, and on them rest the hopes for Australia to go as closer to the total of 449 actually put up by West Indies in the first innings. If they go very close, it would be good, because right now there are 83 runs separating them, and however close they go, that is going to be to their advantage. Well, so I'm going to leave you there and give you some commentary here in the Delhi Daredevils match, where the score has moved on to 19 for no loss in 2 overs. 2 overs have gone, and as I said, Delhi Daredevils are off to a good start here. In reply to 110 for 8 put up by Chennai Super Kings. 19 for no loss currently. Virendra Sehwag is not out on 6. Naman Oja is not out on 13 of 8 balls, as Dougie Bollinger comes in and bowls to Sehwag. It was the last ball of the second over, and in fact Sehwag glides it down to third man and gets a single. So in fact the third over has just started, Albie Morkel has just bowled the first ball to Sehwag, and Sehwag wouldn't get any runs. So the score stays at 19 for no loss in the third over. So they're doing well here. Both the batsmen have decided they're going to be aggressive. Well, we know about Virendra Sehwag, but Namanuja is also an aggressive batsman, and I think Namanuja coming at the top of the order, it's something which is a very good move. And Namanuja is always aggressive. He's played very well in domestic cricket. So again, I take you back for whatever time I have on this YouTube broadcast. I will keep doing the commentary. We are waiting for Albie Morkel to commence proceedings from the far end here. He's going to bowl, and the next ball from Albie Morkel to Sehwag, and Sehwag has sent it for a boundary. So Delhi Daredevils have moved on to 23 for no loss. This is in the third over, and let me tell you, a lot of boundaries being hit right at the top of the order, and which is good news for Delhi Daredevils. And as I said, I fancy Delhi Daredevils will take this. The reason being, they have Mahela Jayawardene and Kevin Peterson back in their ranks. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. Sorry, I could only give you a cricket update, unfortunately, but that's what it is as far as the today's cricket show is concerned. Hope I will see you all tomorrow then. Until then, it's goodbye from your host Ram from the Cricket Happening show today. Thank you.